Um, really difficult right now to put into words how we feel. Uh, we're so disappointed that we don't get to continue and feel like we're a team that has so much potential and is at times so good that it's tough. It's really tough to accept that we don't get to work with this team ever again, and that we don't have an opportunity to continue our season. Um, it's especially tough, guys like Mao and Maddie, Lucas. You know, Gino's a senior. He could come back though. They're just for those guys too. I feel for those guys because they've given so much to the program over the years, and so it's tough. It's really difficult because I think the results are the results, the points are the points, the table's the table. Like that's where we fell, and that's real, and that's what we were able to accomplish, and you don't turn away from that. And it wasn't unfair, but I feel like we have a team where the potential is there and was there for us to be able to play and to be able to play for weeks longer. So I think that's the hard part. It's really hard.
Coach, you honored Gino and Lucas tonight with senior night. Just talk about, what's it been like to work with these seniors and regardless if they have the option to come back or not.
Yeah, they're incredible people, and I'm going to throw Mao in there, and I'm going to throw Maddie Douglas in there because they were honored last year and they came back. So this is the potential for us to not have them, for the most part, as part of the team moving forward. Just they're incredible people, and they gave a lot to this program. Maddie is 5 years. Mao is 5 years, 4 championships. Just some unbelievable moments, and they're incredible human beings. They're so much more than soccer players. They're so much more than athletes. Jamie said this at the end, and Jamie said, and I totally agree, like a guy like Maddie Douglas, if my son grows up to be like Maddie Douglas, God, how proud I would be to have my son be as accomplished, as caring, as thoughtful as Maddie, Mao, Gino, Lucas. Like these are amazing people. So it's really difficult, but it's been incredible working with them. And it's unfortunate that it comes to an end.
What have you learned in your 6th season? What have you learned from those guys?
On a football level or on
a
well, I mean, I love them. They bring so much. I would say they bring a lot of joy to our environment, and I think a lot of them, it's part of their culture. The Costa Ricans especially, the Brazilians, like just how much enjoyment they get from the game, from being together as a team. I've had this incredible opportunity to watch them grow as teammates, as athletes themselves, and I say I enjoy that as much as any part of the job, to watch them grow and mature. But yeah, it's.
What have you learned in your sixth season now? What have you learned as a coach?
I think on the football side, and I've always known this, I learned this a long time ago, it's my 6th season here, but like every result hangs on the knife's edge, and it can turn quickly. You can, at one point we were ranked 23rd in the country, right? We were 4-1 and we were cruising, and things can change quickly, and I've always known that, and we're not entitled to be a top 20 team. We're not entitled to win championships. and it takes so much work and so much commitment to it from the staff, from the players, and then you have to have some things fall your way. And so, you know, I've always known that, and this season's evidence of that. Like, they're fine margins, and if you look game to game, you could literally pinpoint 3 moments that if these 3 moments were different, and there are these moments where someone hits a post and it goes out instead of in. We concede in a moment. There's a referee decision, and if you change 3 moments, it might not even be that many, we are literally continuing our season, and that's how fine the margins are. So that we know that, and we have to continuously. This is why we train so hard, and we are meticulous in the way we train and detailed in the way we train, because you never know when that moment's coming, but you have to be ready for that moment, so that you give yourself the best chance that it goes your way.
Talk about on the field stuff, but off the field, obviously injuries played a massive part in kind of the direction of this season. And we talked about it multiple times. Just how difficult was it to have those kind of next man up, and especially the depth that you started the season with dwindle as the season went on?
I think it really impacted was the fluidity that which we typically play. So, you know, it wasn't even so much that we had a lot of injuries, right? But it was players coming in, players going out, injuries at different times. So then the roster really saw a lot of changes week to week to week to week, and that was the whole season. I don't know that we've ever actually started this team tonight in any other game, but I mean, if we went back to the game and said, okay, in that game, I really liked our chances to win that game. We started that game brilliantly well. We had control of the game. We had possession. We pressed them well. We were in the final third. We created chances. We executed everything but the final moment where you put the ball in the net more than they do. We executed really, really well. So again, it's fine margins, and you have to score. You have to convert your dominance. You have to convert your possession. You have to convert those moments where you're in that final third into chances and goals. And if you do that, that game is vastly different. But that also takes a lot of understanding between players on the field. And when you're changing a lot, it's harder to create that.
Can you take us through those last 5 minutes, especially after scoring that penalty goal? What was going through your head? There seemed to be a lot of energy.
We needed 2 more goals because we knew we needed to win. So the idea was, how quickly can we get the ball forward? Can we get 4 or 5 players up in the attack and try to do something which we typically don't do, which is be direct and try to win a second ball and create a chance. And to be honest, we had a great chance at the end where Ando found Luca Dorado and a couple combinations, and then that almost was 2-2. So I love, we never quit. We never stopped. We certainly put ourselves in a position where this result could have been very different.
You had those 2 red cards last match, you were without Gino and Andres. How hard was it to not have them both out on the pitch, especially Gino, given you honored him for senior night?
Yeah, I felt especially for Gino, with this being senior night, not being able to participate. That's really difficult, and I know it was hard for him. Obviously, we miss those guys on the field because of what they bring, but again, it's another instance where we have a change within our team. But I'll say this: the guys that came in, Beto dropped into the back line. I thought he was very good. Robbie played as the 6. He was very good. Josiah came on, did a great job, especially I think when he came in the second half was even better than how he started. Kevin came in, gave us great minutes, continues to improve. So I credit to them to step up, and we fell short, but I thought some of their play was very good.
Can you talk about now, because this closes the book on the program's time in the American, so what talk about just playing in this kind of newly revamped American this season, and what have you learned from this season that you want to take with you as you enter the Sun Belt next time?
Yeah, I mean, I think you can't. I would say we started our conference slate and put ourselves in the hole, right? I think there was like a 9-day period where there were 9 points available, and we dropped 9 points. And then when you're in that position, it's really difficult to now fight back, because then we were playing SMU, Tulsa, FIU, which were, if you look at the table, they're at the top of the table. So now you've got to take points off of teams that are, I would say, in terms of their level, very high level teams, because we missed some opportunities with some of the guys that we really need to take some points from, and we lost games that we should have tied. We won. So you just, when you lose those points, it's a 6-point swing. When you lose when you should win, 6-point swing.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys, thank you.